All right, here we go. Let's talk about the He Came bass line from the Messiah album. All right, now, of course, it's in the A flat minor, and I was using a pattern that is something like this. Let's get a metronome on this. This is probably around 76 BPM, 76 beats per minute. And here we go. Let's try that out. 2, ready, and. All right, so that's what the pattern was like. And A flat minor, that is, A flat minor gets its key signature from the key of B major. All right, now if we know in the key of B major, let's say, let me tell you the notes in B major scale. It's B, then C sharp, then D sharp, then E, then F sharp, then G sharp, then we have A sharp, and then B. Backwards, B, now you have A sharp, G sharp, F sharp, E, D sharp, C sharp, and B. All right, now in the key of B you have 5 sharps. As this series progresses, we will get to that scale and I will discuss that. But in the key of B we have 5 sharps, and G sharp, which is the enharmonic A flat. So G sharp and A flat are the same note, but they can be called different ways. It's like you have someone whose name is John, and his mother calls him Johnny, and his dad calls him Junior, because he might be John Jr. So you have 2 names for the same person. Same thing here in music, you have 2 names for 1 note. So the 6th note in the B major scale is G sharp. So let's go to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so G sharp, the enharmonic name is A flat. And we have A flat over here, right? 4th fret of the E string is A flat, and the 1st fret of the G string is also A flat. Guess what? They can also be called G sharp. So G sharp on the G string on the 1st fret, and G sharp on the 4th fret of the E string. All right, so we have here the A flat minor scale. Listen to the A flat minor scale. Just listen to the sound of it. I play it backwards. All right, well, I made a mistake there. There we go. All right. Now, A flat is the 6th in B major scale, so the A flat minor scale gets its key signature from the relative major. And since A flat is the 6th in B major, it gets its key signature from the B major scale. So we would pretty much be playing a B scale, except starting on G sharp, which is the same as A flat, and then we would follow the same key signature of B major scale. So that's what's happening. So in that song, that was the groove, you know, you had. All right, now the fingering that I'm using, I like to use 1 finger per fret, and I was taught to use 1 finger per fret by Mr. Mario Thomas, and he is a born and raised Crucian. He's from St. Croix, Virgin Islands. That's my hometown. That's where I'm from. So he always said use 1 finger per fret as much as possible. So here we go. I'm going to play the same scale using 1 finger per fret. So 1st finger on A flat, 3rd finger now on B flat, and 4th finger on B. Then 1st finger on C sharp or D flat, and then 3rd finger on D sharp or E flat. Now 4th finger is going to be placed on E, and that is at the 7th fret. 1st finger is now going to go down to the D string at the 4th fret, and that is F sharp. All right. then you have your third finger is going to play the 6th fret of the D string, and that note is A flat. Okay, so go backwards. All right, so pretty much we've just discussed the rule of thumb that you can use when talking about minor scales and their relative major. So anytime you can find the 6th in the major scale, then you know what the relative minor will be. Okay, and the fingering that I was using for the bass groove, I just showed you. I'll show you one more time. It's first finger on the 4th fret of the E string. All right, then third finger on the 6th fret of the D string. So that's the octave of A flat. You have, and now we go back to the 4th fret of the E string. Now I'm going to play with my pinky, the 4th finger, on the 7th fret of the E string. Then take the first finger down to the A string on the 4th fret. Now take my third finger over to the 6th fret of the A string. So far we have, all right? So that's how you play the bass line over the A flat minor progression there. And then you do the same thing in C sharp minor, or which is also called D flat minor. Now notice I took out my 4-string bass to demonstrate this. I wanted everyone to have a clear understanding of what's happening. A lot of times people get lost in playing 5s and 6s. They have a tendency to want to get busy too early. If you can master the 4-string, you will be an excellent bassist when it comes to be playing a 5-string or 6-string. Now, I have a 6 because I was going to study solo bass, and you have those higher register notes and things of the sort. You also have lower register notes. But really, even if you study on a 5-string or if you study on a 6-string, which I would never encourage, that shouldn't be your first bass. Your first bass should be a 4-string. But let's say that you're blessed with a 5-string or a 6-string to begin. Work on the 4 strings in the middle. You want to start with G, D, A, and E. Study that and perfect that. That's where the bass is. That's the bass. You have to learn how to use it. Learn the neck. Learn the first 5 frets first and work with that. All right? All right, next we're going to discuss the importance of scales versus the number system only. Remember I was telling you about that from the beginning? All right, here we go.